Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers coming to you from the Detroit Regional Chamber Mackinac Policy Conference being taped at the Grand Hotel. Our topic today is the Education Achievement Authority. Joining us now to talk about it is its Chancellor, John Covington. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Laurel.
What exactly is the Education Achievement Authority?
The Education Achievement Authority is a new statewide system of schools that's responsible for transforming Michigan's persistently lowest achieving schools. Right now, there are approximately 100 schools across the state that's on the persistently lowest achieving list, and they have been for some time. Of the 100 schools across the state, 38 of them are located in Detroit. This fall, we will start out the Education Achievement Authority with 15 of those schools located in Detroit. The following fall, we will acquire the remaining number of those schools and then hopefully begin to expand statewide.
And then how will these schools then be different than perhaps the traditional public schools that they have been in the past?
Yeah, great question. The primary focus of the authority is to really transform public schooling, moving how we deliver educational programs and services for the youngsters enrolled in our schools away from that traditional paradigm of teaching that not only our state but our country should have abandoned a long time ago. Our system of public schooling in the United States is primarily agrarian, pre-industrial model that was primarily developed for farmers. And when you talk about 21st century digital native students who exit their mother's womb with a laptop in one hand and an iPad in the other, it's very difficult for us to continue to provide traditional public schooling in the way that you and I perhaps were educated because 21st century digital native young people cannot make the connection to how we are trying to instruct them and how that's applicable to their own lives.
So do you actually, you're not building new buildings, you're going into existing buildings and it sounds like you're not necessarily taking them over, but perhaps working with existing personnel or bringing in all your own ideas and personnel?
Well, we're actually taking or becoming responsible for the buildings. However, the physical building will remain the asset and the property of the school district. We're primarily responsible for providing educational programs and services for the students enrolled in the school. And the primary way that we're going to make this huge paradigm is we're going to be moving away from traditional grade levels in the way that you and I think about schooling. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. We'll have instructional levels and then have a local curriculum framework and standards that students must master before they move from one level to the next. They won't be able to progress until they demonstrate that they have clearly mastered the skills, the prerequisite skills that they need to be successful at the next level, thus driving the nail in the coffin of social promotion.
How do I get my child in one of your schools?
Call us, sign up. We'd be more than happy to take your job.
I mean, is this the type of thing where you're going to have a wait list like many of the charter schools or the magnet schools and you're going to do a lottery to get in, or how would a child be able to enroll and apply?
Right now, there's no lottery. They only need to contact the Education Achievement Authority at michigan.gov. Look at the website, sign up. They can call the local schools, and they can call our office. There's no lottery per se. However, we hope that our success is going to be so great that at some point a lottery system will be necessary because we won't be able to fill all of the requests coming from parents for their children to get into our schools.
Well, I would think if your child is at one of the low-performing schools, their thought is going to be, I know this is the first year, we haven't seen the results yet, but it can't get any worse, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And when you look at our model, the way we're going to educate children, this is a huge opportunity for young people to acquire the knowledge and skill that they need to become college, career, and workforce ready. Opportunities that they have not otherwise had in schools in Detroit and in some schools in Detroit and certainly in some of the schools across the state.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you
today.
so much for having
Concept. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was John Covington, the Chancellor of the Education Achievement Authority.